transcript. But just into our newsroom, we have the charges that are against Mayor Cantrell. We just got this from the federal court records. These are the counts. Wow, 9 counts against Mayor LaToya Cantrell. Conspiracy to commit wire fraud, aiding and abetting, conspiracy to obstruct justice, obstruction of justice, aiding and abetting, false declaration before a grand jury. That indicates that she may have been called into a grand jury at some point, which we did not know that. Wire fraud, aiding and abetting is another one of the charges. Again, another count of wire fraud, aiding and abetting. Wire fraud, aiding and abetting counts 8 and 9. So 11, let's see. Hold on. There's 18 charges here. 18 count 17 and 18.
Is it differentiating between Cantrell and Vappy?
It just says this is the case against Mayor LaToya Cantrell. So maybe these are the case. There are 18 charges in all. We're just getting us into here into the newsroom. So bear with us as we work our way through this.
Yeah, so what this signifies is there appear to be 18 counts.
Yes.
These are the ones
involving the
charged
mayor.
Against the mayor.
Yeah, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 counts against Mayor LaToya Cantrell included in this indictment. The rest, which would be the other 9, 10.
Because these are listed as double counts, that's 11.
You think that's 2?
11 separate counts against Mayor LaToya Cantrell.
11 separate counts.
11 separate counts. And it's a range that seems to include the wire fraud that was part of the first Jeffrey Vappy indictment.
Absolutely. Let's go out to David Hammer. He's got
white people all over her black ass. Yeah, we got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. Before we get to today's video, don't forget about our new giveaway. Ford 250 King Ranch and Camper, $10,000 in cash. But if you enter right now at my website at officialhorsetwins.com, you also entered to win our next giveaway. Dodge Challenger Hellcat White and $10,000 in cash at officialhorsetwins.com.
This historic indictment of Mayor LaToya Cantrell. That is why we are interrupting programming this afternoon. That is why we are joining you on WWL Plus.
Yeah, I think the reason why they say this is historic, no sitting mayor in any major city has ever been federally indicted while they're in office.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And who would have thought it would have been a black person?
Streaming from anywhere to bring you the very latest on this situation. Now, the acting U.S. attorney was there.
Heck, they need to do this to Obama for the whole Russiagate thing.
Yeah.
Joined by the head of the FBI, Jonathan Tapp. He is the special agent in charge right now of the FBI. One of the things that Michael Simpson had to say is that, quote, times when we are, this is an affront to justice in that Mayor LaToya Cantrell was violating the public trust in a very large way, and that is why they decided to move forward with this prosecution right now. He was asked by Chief Investigator David Hammer about the timing of this indictment, in that she is obviously still a sitting mayor right now, and why not wait until she's out of office in a few months. Basically, what he had to say was that public corruption needs to be addressed whenever they have enough evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that they feel like someone has committed a federal crime. So basically.
Exactly. Why are you going to wait for him to be out of office? You need to make an example out of him.
Yeah, it don't make any sense.
It's just stupid.
You know, he made it sound like they don't really take that into consideration, that, once they build their case, once they make their case, then that's when they move forward with an indictment.
Exactly.
And in addition to the timing, we also had a question from David about the, degree. Some of this could, be seen as stemming from an alleged extramarital affair.
Yes.
So what were the stakes to the public? And, the acting U.S. attorney addressed that by saying this was not just an affair, but a, quote, years-long continuing fraud scheme in which the mayor and her police bodyguard, Jeffrey Vappy, are accused of, quote, abusing their power and authority.
Yes.
Yeah, there was using city money to go to trips. Like she went to France, first class. She said it was for business, stuff like that.
See, she'd have got away with it if she went to Israel. Picked the wrong country, honey.
So he seemed to have a ready response that this was high stakes a high level of public corruption as laid out in the indictment.
Yes.
They, in fact, put a dollar amount on the travel by Vappy alone to accompany the mayor in instances where they're alleging it was for continuing their personal relationship and not city business at over $70,000.
Yes.
So that's
Taxpayer money funding their relationship. And the cop, he was married, hanging out with the mayor.
substantially more than the dollar amount of, I think it was $7,200 or so, on the time he was getting paid for police duties in which he was allegedly engaging in this affair.
In this extramarital affair, yes. Now the
Dude was on the clock, but he was with her. Spending even more money, taking trips.
U.S. attorney did say that this was not an indictment of someone having an affair, that's not the issue. The issue is the violation, the gross violation, essentially, of the public trust in this case. Here, the U.S. attorney was questioned again about why bringing this indictment now. One of the things that he did have to say was, he said, in this city, public corruption, and I'm quoting here, has crippled us for years and years. And so implying there that the time to act was now, whether that's when somebody's about to leave office, whether that's someone just took office, but in a city where we have a history like this, then, the time to act is now.
Right,
So-
and that's not an official, element within the indictment, but it's simply casting this in light of what he's calling a history of corruption that erodes public confidence in our elected officials.
Yes, and Chief Investigator David Hammer was at the news conference. Obviously, he was asking some questions of the U.S. Attorney. He's joining us now live with the latest on what you heard this afternoon. David, were you surprised by what you heard?
No, I wasn't surprised. I mean, Mr. Simpson said in his planned remarks that the charges against the mayor were not about the relationship that she had with Jeffrey Vappy. They were about the essential cover-up or the alleged cover-up of that affair and the use of public funds to do that, and the use of public funds to carry on the alleged affair and to allegedly cover it up and keep people from knowing that they were spending that time together and charging the public for it. That's why I asked those specifically.
Having an affair on the city's dime.
That's
The
crazy.
city was subsidizing their affair.
They're stupid criminals. Allegedly, they're stupid criminals.
Well, Kevin, they probably been, it's so much corruption, they get away with everything.
Yeah,
They've been doing it for years.
they
down
let
there.
their guard down.
About whether they had any concerns about bringing those types of charges. Obviously, bringing those charges means having to then go to court and convince a jury to convict based on charges that really stem at their core from a romantic relationship. And so that's why I asked him that. And he said, we're not going to be driven by those kinds of concerns. We're going to be driven by whether
What was that?
going to be driven by those.
Hey, did you tell wife you put a ring on it? That's what I'm thinking it says.
Yeah,
Because he was married. It
Yeah.
sounds like he got her a ring. Hey, did you tell
blank.
his wife
You put a ring on it.
and a laughing face?
Yeah,
And then she put two.
we're not sure what the context of this message. We're just
Yeah.
speculating here.
Yeah.
This is
kinds
all
of concerns are going to be
alleged.
driven
Yeah.
by whether laws were
I'm writing in the book as I partaken in a old fashioned.
broken, and they believe that laws were
Well, it's a
broken.
drink,
They
old
believe they have plenty of evidence of that, and they believe that it was public corruption because it cost the taxpayers money for them to carry this on. So that was his essential response. I was not surprised by it at all.
It's very
Wow, how
interesting.
stupid.
Yeah, her boyfriend, the cop or whatever, he was indicted a year ago for it.
Yeah, but
So they let her stew for like a year before they indicted her.
that's crazy. They went to France on a government credit card.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also interesting to me was that the FBI special agent in charge said that this is just some of what the FBI uncovered in their investigation, and he hinted that we would hear more in court, David.
They didn't even tip. You see that?
Didn't tip?
Look at the top. It said gratuity. They put 0.
No, that's a stereotype. Black people don't
Black
tip.
people don't tip. That confirms it right there. even when they're not paying for it. Not even their money. They still don't tip. Let me see that again.
Look, it says gratuity is 0. Why would you?
What is that? 5%? Is that credit card fee?
Subtotal tax.
Yeah.
Gratuity, they put 0/no.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't tip nowadays? I mean, I know there's some people, they're in a financial, their position, they can't tip.
Yeah.
But, you know, if they are in a financial position to tip.
Yeah.
I uncovered in their investigation, and he hinted that we would hear more in.
Look at that. On or about October 4th, Cantrell, the mayor, and Vappy, her boyfriend, the cop, discussed via WhatsApp someone performed a sweep of the Ponabella apartment to search for recording devices.
In court, David.
Exactly. He said that it's the adjudication process where we will learn more. We also heard from Simpson that they are looking for more evidence, that this is an ongoing investigation where if there's additional evidence that can be gathered, potentially more charges could be brought. We know that this allegation, this indictment, was a superseding indictment, meaning that they had already charged Jeffrey Vappy last year in that indictment, and then they added these charges on specifically against the mayor. So this is not set in stone before a potential trial. This could be a living, breathing document that they could add to in the future. But absolutely, they continue to investigate this, and the FBI made that clear.
Well, they still got a chance to get off.
Taxpayers'
black.
money.
How you going to get off?
Man,
They're
their
using the
constituency is.
taxpayers' debit card, credit card.
I know,
How?
but they're going to spend it. This is based on. They're attacking black mayors. They're attacking black people. All they need is a couple dumb black jurors, Keith. They got
Jurors.
OJ off. Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But the grand jury indicted them.
Right, right.
They saw the evidence. They indicted them.
Yeah, but you still
And
got to
this is
find them
federal.
guilty. The jury's got to
This is
convict them.
federal, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gonna be
Maybe-
that's gonna be an all-white jury.
I hope so. But they're going to have to move it from another jurisdiction, not a constituent.
It's federal. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, we need to get some white jurors on there.
Yeah.
We need to have 12 white objective jurors. We do not need 12 objective black jurors. We need 12 objective white
Well,
jurors.
12 black objective jurors would be fine.
What?
Well, it's whatever. New Orleans is like primary. I think it's 80% African American, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. No, it's gonna be. But yeah,
They're probably going to plead them out, though.
if I remember correctly, they paid like $17,000. She paid $17,000 to go to France for city business.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
For city business in
She said,
France?
that's what she said. That's what she's claiming. It's for city and she upgraded to first class because she didn't want to catch COVID.
Right. It
With
doesn't
part
pass the
health.
smell test. What business are you doing in France? Now, you could get away if you're doing business in Tel Aviv. You can do it. You can sell that.
Yeah, but she
France?
Yeah, but she was claiming she upgraded her tickets to first class, so it was to protect her health. I'm thinking she was talking about COVID.
How would that protect your health? You got the same air circulating. Everybody's breathing the same air.
Yeah,
That's sub-Saharan logic.
yeah. Another Democrat bites the dust.
Yeah.